Hello and welcome to Middle Eastern Thursday. So today, guys, I have a very special video for you because we are approaching the summer season. And as I did last year, I want to start preparing you for the summer season so that you can pick up the fragrances in advance and they have a chance to sit at least for a while before you start wearing them. So we've had so many new releases in the past couple of months as it relates to Middle Eastern fragrances, and I have hauled quite a number of them here on the channel. So you may be wondering, okay, with all these new releases, which one should I pull or should I pick up for the summer season? Well, today I'm going to share with you my top 10 picks for summer fragrances, but just from the 2025 releases. Now, in a couple of weeks, I will circle back with you and share with you my top 10 picks, or maybe even 20 of my all-time favorite Middle Eastern summer fragrances. But today it is all about my top 10 picks from the 2025 releases, which are the 10 fragrances that I highly recommend that you pick up for this upcoming summer. As I go along, I will not be sharing them in any specific order or for any specific way. I'm just going to go ahead and share them with you. Most of them, if not all, have been already reviewed here on the channel, and some have even dedicated videos. So if you're interested in more details as far as a full review on a specific fragrance, just enter the name of the fragrance in the search bar of the channel page, and the video where I did the review will definitely pop up. But anyway, let's go ahead and jump right in because we have quite a bit to cover. But before we do so, if this is your first time here, I'm Arahi, and I'm your fragrance concierge because I'm totally committed to creating the best fragrance experience for you. I upload videos multiple times a week, and on this channel, we love to talk about all types of fragrances. So if that sounds like the type of content that you're interested in and like a good plan, then please consider subscribing, give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget, leave a comment. Let's go. All right, so let's go ahead and jump right in. And remember that I'm not sharing these in any specific order. I'm just sharing with you what I consider to be my top 10 picks and the 10 fragrances that I highly recommend that you pick up if you haven't already for the summer season. And this first one is one that when I initially spoke about it here on the channel, I was so excited and I came to you and I actually reviewed for you a couple of fragrances that are actually in this lineup because they are that incredible. This first one is from Ministry of Gourmand, and this is Mango Jugoso. Now, Mango Jugoso is going to be your quintessential mango perfection fragrance. So, for the summer season, we love to have the fruity fragrances, and mango and guava and other tropical fruits tend to be at the forefront, and coconut. But this is truly your mango fragrance for the summer. But not only do you have mango here, you also have blackcurrant, you have some grapefruit, you have some pineapple, you have the mango, and the mango is a very juicy, ripe, delicious mango. Are you going to smell like a mango if you wear this fragrance? You are going to smell like a mango for certain parts of the olfactory journey once you spray it on your skin. But all in all, at the dry down, it is a very beautiful, fruity, tropical kind of fragrance. It also has notes of like melon and peach, and all of that adds like an air of excessive fruitiness without being a fruit bomb to this fragrance, because you guys know how I hate a fruit bomb. But this is just perfection for a fun summer occasion, fun summer day. Would I wear this to a gala? I would not wear this to a gala. I would not wear this to a very formal or to a wedding, but this is definitely one that is a very good fragrance for just about any other occasion, and truly perfection for the summer season. The overall feel of this fragrance is really that of like a tropical vibe, right? It truly is about that because you have so many beautiful fruits that together will definitely give you that vibe. This is not a fragrance that I would recommend to you if you're looking for a floral fruity fragrance, because this is not about the florals, even though I believe there's some violet here. I barely pick up on the violet, and mine has had a chance to sit for a while. But I have to tell you that what you are going to get is that, as the name says it, because by the way, Mango Jugoso in Spanish, Mango Jugoso means in English like juicy mango, right? And that is exactly what you're going to get in this fragrance. You're going to get that juicy mango effect. But all in all, this is an exquisitely beautiful fragrance, no issues with performance. So this next fragrance is very, very new to my collection. I think I just hauled it with you a week ago, and I only had it maybe a couple of weeks in my collection. And this is the latest from Armaf, and this is Club de Nuit Maleka. And I'm going to go ahead and give you a detailed review of this one because, again, it was just hauled, and I did tell you that I was going to circle back and give you a detailed review. So as part of this lineup, I will give you my detailed review. So Maleka is truly a fragrance that opens up sweet and quite woody. The sweetness is not a very light sweet. It's not an excessive, like annoying, like, just sickly sweet kind of fragrance, but it does open very sweet and with a good bit of woodiness. Almost in the opening, I do start to pick up on a tad of powderiness. At the dry down, the fragrance will be powdery, but not in an excessive manner, but you are going to pick up on the powderiness. And of course, it's coming from the note of orris, if I recall correctly, or iris, but you are going to get that powderiness. In addition to that, you are going to get a certain extent of fruitiness, but the fruitiness to me here is not the center of that opening nor midway in the olfactory journey. It's really still about that woodiness and that sweetness and the presence of that powderiness coming from the orris. In the opening, while you are getting that sweet and that woodiness, for a faint moment, at least on my skin, I do get the fruitiness. But again, I don't want you to think that you're not going to get the fruitiness. You are going to get the fruitiness, but the fruitiness is not the star of the fragrance, I guess is what I'm trying to say. It's really more about the complete blend of the fragrance. Are you going to pick up on the fruitiness? Yes, you are, but at least on my skin, it is not the center of the fragrance. Something very important, and I'm sure that you've noticed from the note structure, is that there is ambroxan in this fragrance. So for those fan members that are sensitive to ambroxan, please keep in mind that there is ambroxan here. Now, in addition to that, this is a fragrance that does have a bit of spiciness, and I can't remember what is the specific note that brings it in, but I do remember that there is a bit of a fresh, spicy quality to the fragrance. But again, it's for like a moment, and it's not that then it disappears. No, it's just that it becomes part of the entire blend. Other than that, guys, I don't pick up on anything else that I can distinctively relate to the notes. All I can tell you is that I'm picking up on the blend and that the scent is absolutely beautiful. Truly it is. At least on my skin, I am loving it. And it is perfect for not just the summer season, guys, but this is a fragrance that you could pull off all throughout the year. I think that this is a fragrance that is best suited for the ages of 25 plus. And for me, this is completely unisex. The performance that I get from this fragrance is quite stellar because this fragrance has not had a chance to sit much in my collection. So it will still get a bit more intense, as most of them do. But with this one, I am getting a full day wear that does exceed the 8-hour mark. It is giving me a very strong projection during the first 2 hours. And after that, it becomes a scent bubble. And towards the end of the day is where it becomes a skin scent, but not a very strong one. It's a very intimate skin scent. But all in all, the performance is really, really beautiful without having to overspray. For me, this is my favorite Club de Nuit to date, and I think it is a very solid Armaf release. And I can tell you that it is a fragrance that truly is perfect for the summer season, but curiously enough, one that you could also use throughout the entire year. The next fragrance that I want to share with you is my current favorite coconut fragrance, which is from the Ministry of Gourmand, and this one is Coconut Lagoon. Now, if you've been with me for a while, I'm sure that this is not a surprise for you because I've talked about this fragrance so much here on the channel. And yes, there is already a full, I think it was actually a dedicated review for this one in Mango Jugoso, but this is truly a coconut fragrance that you want to get your hands on for sure, because this is coconut perfection. I do have either one or a couple of other fragrances in this lineup that do have coconut, but the coconut here has been done quite different. This is truly an exceptional coconut, tropical, full-on tropical coconut vibe. And the beauty of this fragrance is that while it has that coconut, it also has this very present aquatic / ozonic kind of vibe. it makes you feel like you are truly sitting in front of a tropical setting, kind of like Lagoon, and you are having this incredible coconut drink. There is a watermelon note here that has been done so exquisitely and that plays so well with that coconut note. I tell you, this fragrance is a delight. And what I love about it is that while it's coconut and it's very present, and there's other notes and they're very present, because this is a very, like, not beast mode, like crazy beast mode, but it is an intense fragrance. It also has a citrusy quality and a freshness that never really leaves the fragrance, and that will get you throughout the entire wear of the fragrance. This is perfection for the summer, and I highly recommend it, and actually for any occasion, day or night. One thing that I forgot to mention in the opening of this video is that I'm not focusing on what these fragrances were inspired by. I may say it here or there for some of these, but today I just want to talk about the fragrances as standalone perfumes because they have their merit to them. So this next fragrance is from French Avenue, and I just also recently hauled it here on the channel, and I'm pretty sure that I've already discussed it in detail with you, but this one is Veneno Bianco. So Veneno Bianco was inspired by Kilian's Sun-Kissed Goddess, and we've already discussed it here on the channel. This is truly very much going to give you that Sun-Kissed Goddess scent profile. This is a fragrance that opens with the white florals. But let me tell you, so each fragrance that I selected for you today is not just a fragrance that is exceptional on its own, right? Without considering what they were inspired by, but also each fragrance will, you know, allow you to like touch upon the scent profiles that we typically look for during the summer season. And this one is for the fam members that are interested in that like suntan lotion kind of scent, because there is definitely a suntan lotion accord here. I mean, am I saying that there's a note that suntan lotion? No, it's just that the mix of the notes and the accords and tonalities that you get from it will definitely give you that suntan lotion scent. So you really have to enjoy that. If not, this is a fragrance that you are not going to like. But if you're into that, you are absolutely going to love this one. So it does focus very much on those white florals. It does have quite a bit of citrusy notes, and those citrusy notes come through and clear. It is a fragrance that is sweet. It has a good bit of coconut, and the coconut here is a creamy coconut. But you know, the coconut plays very well with the other notes, but at the end of the day, the coconut is creamy and it is very present. The other thing that I want you to know, and that may throw off some people, is that there is the note of milk here, you know, and that note does give the fragrance a tad of a lactonic quality. Is it more about the fragrance being full on lactonic? No. This fragrance is more about the combination of those citrusy notes with the white florals and that coconut, which is very creamy on a background of woodiness. But at that, this fragrance is absolute perfection for the summer. This is not one that I would pull for just about any other season except summer and maybe spring, because again, that suntan lotion kind of scent is very present, and at least on my skin, it is there all throughout the olfactory journey and throughout the wear of the fragrance. But other than that, this is an exquisitely beautiful fragrance that I highly recommend for the summer season. The next fragrance that I have for you is from Lattafa, and this one is Abiyedh Coral. Now, I have a dedicated review for this fragrance here on the channel, and this is a fragrance, guys, that allegedly was inspired by Room 1015 Wave Child. And when I reviewed this fragrance with you, I told you that, you know, Wave Child is a fragrance that, if you've been with me for a while, you know was not good for me. Like, it just didn't give me a good experience. And this is a fragrance that I absolutely love. This is such a beautiful mix of white florals with quite a number of fruity notes, right? So you have some coconut, some watermelon, and you're going to pick up on the coconut, you're going to pick up on the watermelon. You also have some citrusy notes, and I think it's specifically the note of orange. And then there's also some peach. But this fragrance, guys, oh, there's some neroli here, if I recall correctly. It is just a beauty, and I think it is perfect for the summer season. Now, what I love about this fragrance, specifically to the summer, is that this is your quintessential floral, fruity fragrance that will take you from informal or casual occasions all the way to very formal. So this is a very, very versatile fragrance. Again, if you want more details, I have a dedicated review here on the channel, but I am telling you, this is one that you definitely want to pick up or at least try in preparation for the summer season. So the next fragrance that I have for you is from Paris Corner, and this one is Minya Green. This is summer perfection. So let me just start by saying that this fragrance was allegedly inspired by Sol de Janeiro Cheirosa 62, I believe it is. And putting that aside, guys, this fragrance is just spectacular. So just like Cheirosa 62, there's a ton of vanilla here and a very present almond note. The fragrance is very fruity. It is sweet. It is a bit powdery, and it has a tad of a green quality to it. But all in all, it is perfection for the summer season. This is a fragrance that I think is beautiful for a beach summer day or for a very casual occasion during a summer day. But curiously enough, even though, you know, it has all those notes and it has very much that beachy vibe, this is a fragrance that I think you could pull off for just about any occasion during the summer season. You could probably even pull this off during other seasons layered with other fragrances, but more for casual occasions. But during the summer, I think that this would go perfect for just about any occasion, day or night. This is an incredibly exquisitely beautiful fragrance that will also get you a ton of compliments. And if you do own Cheirosa 62, then what I would recommend that you do, which I've already done, is that you layer with it, because this one has exceptional performance. Now, Cheirosa 62 does perform really well on my skin too, but I'm just saying that if you layer with them, because Cheirosa is more of a body mist, this one is truly a full-on fragrance that will give you a full day wear. So let us know if you picked up Minya Green, your experience, and how you feel about it. The next fragrance that I have for you will not come as a surprise, because this fragrance has been hyped, it's gone viral, but I had to recommend it because this is truly a summer perfect fragrance. And whether it's the OG or this one or the other one that I'm going to talk to you about in a minute, it is just a scent profile that is just perfection for the summer. And I'm speaking about French Avenue, and this one is Vulcan Faux. But I also want to talk to you today a little bit. I'm not going to give you the full detailed review because I want to wear it a couple of times before I do so. But I also here have Opulent Dubai from Lattafa, which is a very recent launch. And Opulent Dubai is also, as much as Vulcan Faux is, inspired by Stefan Humbert Luca's God of Fire. Now, both of these fragrances, I'm not going to speak to the differences today because I will come back to you with this one, but just wanted to let you know, in case you're interested in picking up this one versus this one, they're basically going to give you kind of like the same thing. But this is a fragrance that is extremely tropical. It's very tropical, it's very fruity. It is sweet, it has a citrusy quality to it, and it has a tad of greenness that, in my opinion, adds like character to the fragrance. It's a greenness that has been very well balanced with all of the other notes and accords. This is a fragrance that has so much going on because you have the fruity notes, you have some florals, and then you have some spiciness to it. And the spiciness that I pick up is fresh spicy. And that fresh spicy is coming primarily from the note of ginger, at least on my skin. There is some rhubarb, and rhubarb and I don't get along very well, but in this fragrance, I find that it adds quite a bit of character. So I am loving it. And then you have the note of moss, which adds like that seaweed kind of, you know, tonality to the fragrance that just makes it more of a, you know, adds more of a tropical vibe to the fragrance. This one is not so much about that beach scent specifically, it's more about the overall summer tropical feel. That's what I get from it. Here you are going to find, you know, that mango that is very juicy, very real. You are going to find a tad of nuttiness, and I believe it's the note of praline. And then, of course, you're going to have those florals. And within the florals, there's not one that really sticks out to me the most. And if anything, it would probably be the jasmine. And I'm not going to speak to how it compares to God of Fire because we're not going to do that today. But I just wanted to let you know that this is one that you definitely definitely want to pick up or at least try in preparation for the summer season, because this is an absolute beauty. And I haven't had a chance to test it just only once on skin, but I can tell you that Opulent Dubai is really going to give the French Avenue version quite a bit of competition. So if you're interested more in this bottle, or you are more of a Lattafa fan, that's fine, because you cannot go wrong with this one either. The next fragrance that I want to share with you is from Paris Corner, and this one is Indomitable. Now, I have a dedicated review here for Indomitable, and this is a fragrance that this one to me, guys, I just love this fragrance. I really, really do this fragrance, because as soon as I sniff it, and if I wear it on skin, it just adds a pep to my step. It makes me just so happy. This fragrance is very fresh, very citrusy. It has clementine, it has orange. The clementine and the orange are in the lead, and they are the stars of this fragrance. There's a little bit of a fresh, spicy quality to the fragrance, courtesy of the note of black pepper. There's also an ambery quality to the fragrance, but that's, again, not the center of it all. And it is a fragrance that has some musk. But I have to tell you, putting all of that aside, this is truly summer in a bottle. This is a fragrance that I have to tell you will give you it will just add like joy to your life. There's just something about this fragrance, and I absolutely love it. I know many of you did pick it up. Please let us know in the comment section how you feel about it. And if you didn't like it, let us know too, and why. But I highly, highly recommend Indomitable as a fragrance that will definitely add to your summer joy and fun. So the next fragrance that I want to share with you is from Lattafa, and this one is Atheeri. Now, this is a fragrance that I have a dedicated review here on the channel, but this is basically a very floral focused fragrance where the orchid is the star. But the beauty of this fragrance is that it also incorporates a note that I rarely find in a fragrance, if any, which is the note of passion flower. Now, this fragrance was inspired by one of the Gucci floral fragrances, the orchid one. And it does come in this gorgeous bottle with this bee motif that we've all fallen in love with. There's also quite a bit of vanilla here, and it does have an aquatic quality to it. And it's a very ambery fragrance that will also give you great performance. This is not one that's going to be fleeting. It will give you a full day wear. And it is yet another one of those fragrances for the summer that I really think is very versatile. Now, is this one that I would wear to a beach day per se? Not necessarily. But if I'm going for a casual stroll in a beach town or anything like that, this is perfection. If you're going to more of a dressier occasion during the summer season, this is the fragrance. I think it is just perfect, for those special events and occasions that are not so casual per se. I think that this is an excellent choice. The next and last fragrance that I have for you will not come as a surprise, because whenever I talk about spring and summer, ever since this fragrance was launched, I've been, adding it to the lineups, because it truly is an exceptionally beautifully done fragrance. And this one is Khair Felicity from Paris Corner. Now, this is the fragrance that I think will get you through all of your special events during the summer. Am I saying that this is a fragrance that I think is only like for a formal event, like a wedding or something like that? No. This is the fragrance that I personally would not wear for a beach day. But if I'm dressed and I'm, again, strolling around or going for a lunch, at the beach or something like that, I would definitely wear this fragrance. If I'm going to a formal event, I would definitely wear this fragrance. But I think it is just perfection, not just for the summer, for all throughout the year, but I think that it is just so beautiful if you wear it during the summer season for a special occasion. This is also a fragrance that if you want to bring an air of romanticism during a date night during the summer season, this is perfection. If you have an anniversary coming up during the summer season, this is the fragrance, because the feel here is that of beautiful ease, of romanticism, of love. It's just a very beautiful fragrance. And it does have certain notes that go right along with that. It has some freesia, it has the note of champagne, which adds like an effervescent, a tad of an effervescent quality to the fragrance. And it does have some rose, some musk, and a good bit of vanilla. But all in all, this is just an incredibly beautiful fragrance that for the summer will be a hit. It performs beautifully, and it will also get you a ton of compliments. This is a very, very high compliment getter. I know many of you own this fragrance, so let us know, what do you think about this fragrance for the summer and for like your special occasions, not for a beach day, but for like a special occasion. All right, guys, so we've reached the end of today's video, and I just wanted to come here and share with you 10 fragrances that I consider to be my top 10 picks from all of the fragrances that have been launched during 2025, specific to Middle Eastern fragrances, and that I think are just perfection for the summer season. You have quite the variety of fragrances here because you have some florals, you have some fruity, you have some floral fruity, you have your coconut fragrance, you have your mango fragrance. And all in all, I think that, these are fragrances that will get you through the summer season feeling beautiful and smelling fabulous. But anyway, let us know if you've tried any of those fragrances, and are you planning to pick them up for the summer, or if you've already picked them up, are you planning to use them during the summer season? And as always, thank you so much for hanging with me today, and I will see you all in the next video.